Hey guys, Andre here with Cinemoth.com. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we got Ant-Man of Hot Toys today. Quite a refreshing release, I have to say. I mean, you already can see it here in the first look. The suit is so cool, and also the mask. So I was on vacation the past 2 weeks, and in the meantime this nice release happened by Hot Toys. So follow me through this video review. You will get all the details that you will need on this nice release. Alright, and here we go with the box. It's the MMS308, the first Ant-Man figure of Hot Toys, and really a bomb release, I have to say. Here you see a nice image of this ant in a white color, and overall just a very clean looking box. In there you have just the figure and some accessories. So let's go straight to the figure itself. Let's go with the figure itself. As you can see, a very true representation of the suit from the movie. I will cover this just in a minute, but first let's go to the accessories. First I want to point out this magnificent base. It has a very stylized, franchised look with glossy surface. And then of course you have the name of the hero and his real life name, Scott Lang. Another cool throw-in of Hot Toys is this little Ant-Man, the miniaturized version. It's about as big as a thumb, well, half of a thumb, and basically you have this display stand that you can use. But I tried to apply a bit of blue tack on his feet, so maybe he can stand on his own. With a bit of patience you definitely can achieve it even without blue tack. So here's a close-up. Quite a remarkable sculpt, even for that size. So that's definitely a neat throw-in. Then you get some of equipment pieces. I think these are explosives. I rewatched the movie, but I've never saw them in the movie, so no idea. They're not magnetized, so you can't put them on the belt or something. Then you get this PIM particles disc. So this is the one that somehow enlarges stuff, and this is the one with the red particles, which should shrink stuff down. These are just plastic. And as a last accessory set, you get a lot of different hands with you. What you can see here, this is always with the button mechanism to shrink down or somehow activate the suit. But these are all hard plastic, more or less, no articulation or anything. Alright, let's go back to the helmet or the mask, which is for itself one of the main buying reasons, I have to say, guys. So it's all plastic, but the pieces are so nicely engineered together. Look at these details. One small drawback, these tubes here are just somehow sticked in, but they don't hold very good. So basically you just pull them slightly and they will just fall off. But that's a minor thing. I mean, you can pose the figure and then just stick those tubes in. So let's pull up the mask. So this is the visor element, which is actually magnetized. But unfortunately on mine, there were no magnets on it. So out of the box, no magnets in there. I got some magnets from the Iron Man visors and put them in here with some blue tack. So now it holds quite nice. I think this will be only a problem with the first batch from Hong Kong. I already mailed to my seller Tim Sand 88, and he told me that he will solve the problem. Maybe he will send out some magnets, or maybe he will send a replacement mask. We will see. So you can lift up the mask like this to have an alternative presentation of the figure. It even gets better, guys. So you can actually pull down this breathing equipment here, because everything is articulated. So these handles here and also the breathing part itself is articulated. So just push it down slightly and you will reveal the mouth area. And this is basically the portrait of Paul Rudd as Ant-Man or as Scott Lang, and it came out pretty amazing, I have to say. So let's have a close-up here. It really looks lifelike. It's quite surprising how head sculpts in a suit can look. I mean, it It was the same with Whiplash from the Iron Man 2 line, and also here they did an amazing job. Also that's quite a nice variant of a display presentation if you want to go for something like this. So I dimmed down the lights a bit to show you the LED feature. As with the Iron Man figures, it's stored below the helmet piece, so you have to pull up this piece here, and down below you will find the battery compartment and the switch. So we switch it on here. As you can see, the LED is above his actual head. It's shining through a half translucent part of the actual mask. So let's put this back here. Somehow it doesn't hold very snugly on mine, and let's put this mask too on top of it. So and here we go. Let's dim down the lights a bit more. It's very hard to catch the actual lighting effect, especially on camera. I mean, it's very subtle on camera, but you will definitely see it in hand if you got the figure just in front of you. So let's push up the briefing equipment again to get the fully picture of this. And what I really dig is this foggy effect around the visor eyes. You see a bit of the eyes of Paul Rudd just below, so that's quite a nice effect. And the LED even shines through these side pieces here. Unfortunately, it's really not noticeable on the camera, but yeah, quite a nice light up feature. But unfortunately, the LED dims down quite fast, so after about half a minute, about a minute, it will dim down to a certain degree that you won't see the real effect that much again. So that's a bit of a shame. So let's hit up the lights again to get the full details. So there are some minor battle damage and smirks going on his helmet. It's really well done. I think we go down now for the suit, which is really amazingly well done. First I want to highlight the backpack area here, all plastic, but you will see the tubes going to the actual mask. Then on the shoulder pieces he has some armor parts, and now for the real deal, this suit is so amazing. Let's have a closer look. I have no idea what kind of material it is. It must be plastic, I think. A bit like the one from the Man of Steel, but more sturdier. I think on photos it looks so lifelike. Really nice. Let's go down a bit here to the belt area. The belt itself is also quite nicely sculpted, all plastic though. If you go into the front side, you have the actual regulator or the size regulator, where he puts in the stuff for the pin particles, I think, to get bigger and smaller. Then another detail here on the belt, these are the pin particles that are stored as little tubes inside the actual suit. So they come in these tubing compartments here. These are the blue ones, and then there's a red one as well. Maybe I think I put it here. Oh, that's also a blue one. So let's check out the other side. So here's the red one. Red means shrinking, blue means getting bigger. Then as you can see, the hands, for my liking, seem a bit too long somehow. It looks a bit, well, alien-like. Maybe I have to put down the gauntlet areas a bit more, but somehow they look a bit very long, especially the opened hand. The fisted or thumb action hand look quite nice. I mean, it would have been amazing if this button would have been a real switch. Then let's continue for the leg area. Here you can see nice details of mixed leather and plastic material, or leather-like material, pleather I have to say. And also here on the lower sections, very nicely tailored. One thing that is missing is the pivot ankle, so you actually can't do much of very extreme posing. It's very limited here, but the boots themselves are nicely sculpted as well. Let's quickly cover the articulation. There are some main restrictions. You can't pull it up too much, you can't rotate the arm, so don't try to do this, but the lower arms are quite freely articulated. The waist area is also quite limited, so you don't get a lot of waist rotation here. Also, there's no real crunch, so that's a bit unfortunate as well. And the legs, they don't have that huge restrictions, so you can do quite a lot. I think the legs will be okay for most of you. But yeah, I think it will be enough to proudly display him in front of some Marvel superheroes. Alright guys, this is already the conclusion of this review. Basically, I showed you everything that you will need. I hope it's enough to decide whether you will spend out some of your hard-earned money on this release. I think Ant-Man was a really refreshing hero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the movie was really funny as well. So here's the final pose with little Ant-Man in his shrunken down version with the unmasked portrait of Paul Rudd. I think right out of the box it really screams almost perfectism on this release. I mean, of course there are some small gripes on the articulation, and on my case the magnets were not in place or not included in the release, so that's a bit of a shame. But other than that, if you want a nice variation for your Marvel collection, Ant-Man is definitely a nice release to get. And personally, after seeing some of the Civil War photos of the new suit of Ant-Man, I think this suit, the classic suit, already looks more memorable and more terrific in the end. But let's see what Civil War will bring up. So I hope you enjoyed this video review, and until next time guys, bye bye, see you soon.